Emerged that thousands of rubbish and recycling collections in Swindon have been missed because of staff shortages. The new Labour administration at the council says most are being picked up the next day and are blaming any problems on the state of the service that it was in when they took over. A council meeting is being held this evening to discuss the issue, and our Wiltshire reporter Will Glennon is there for us. So, Will, what's happening?
Hello, good evening, Alex. Well, first of all, let me be clear, there is no bin crisis in Swindon. We're not talking about piles of rubbish everywhere not being collected, causing a hazard. There have been a number of missed collections, though, of bins, of recycling and of garden waste. People are putting it out on the street and it's not being picked up. Now, tonight there is a meeting in the council chamber there behind me where they're discussing the problem of those missed collections and what to do about it. This recycling in Swindon has been collected today when it should have been. That isn't the case all the time at the moment, though. Staff are off on summer holiday, and when there's also sickness, there can be shortages, and some people's collections have been missed.
They'd have seen perhaps that they put out their recycling and their normal refuse, and maybe one's collected and the other one's not collected. But as I say, if it's left out, it's normally picked up the next day. There have been a few occasions, because we've got a few new drivers, where there's been errors, and in those sort of situations it may have taken a bit longer. We're hoping to get on top of it, and I think once we get past this holiday period we should see that ease off.
Also, Chris says lots of the council vehicles are old and breaking down. New ones are already arriving for the autumn. They'll be pressed into action.
At the moment you've got drivers and you've got loaders, and it's not very flexible, so we're introducing the position of a driver-loader. So in cases where we are short of drivers, we can pull some of those through, and then we just have to use temporary staff to fill up on the loaders.
Here in Covingham, the bins have been collected and most of the recycling as scheduled. The plastics look like they may have been left. The council says if there has been a missed collection, people should leave anything out and crews will get to it as soon as possible, hopefully the next day. Labour have just taken over running the council and say the Conservatives left the problems. They say Labour haven't acted.
No one's pretending that anything was perfect under previous administrations, but this really isn't a political football. The main point of tonight's meeting is that residents feel let down because services that they're paying for are not being provided to their satisfaction, but the administration have been incredibly slow to react to some of these problems, and for quite a while have downplayed the severity of the shortages and the scale of the missed collections.
Collection crews have been working overtime to catch up, and the council is confident the problems will be addressed, saying the summer shortages will be just that. Will Glennon, BBC Points West, Swindon.